All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here today. It's great to have you back. Today, we're going to primarily be focusing on core stability. So a lot of these exercises are going to challenge not just the front of the core muscles, but also the muscles that wrap around our sides and into our back. So these muscles connect to our pelvis, to our rib cage, and then to the front of the pelvis and the base of the rib cage. And so anytime we are moving our arms, anytime we're leaning to one side or another or twisting, we're activating all of these core muscles. Also, if we are doing upper body work, if you're using just one side at a time, that also challenges our core muscles because it challenges your body to stay upright in this sort of unbalanced position. Looks like Bella wants to participate with us today. She thinks I'm talking to her. So you can use weights or not weights today, but because this is going to be more core focused, you may not necessarily need your weights or something a little bit heavy to add that resistance. You're perfectly fine without them. So whatever you choose to do. So I just want to remind everybody to listen to your body and do what feels right to you. And we're going to begin with some breathing. So I invite you just to get comfortable, adjust your posture as needed so that you feel like your spine is lengthening. Maybe just focus right here at the center of the crown of your head, like you have a little just string or rope that is connecting us up into the clouds so our head feels light and our shoulders can relax. And just take a moment to soften any areas that might feel tight or tense today. I know sometimes I kind of squeeze my eyes or my jaw. So just check in with yourself and notice if there's something that you're tensing or squeezing that you can let go of. I think it's important to just check in with ourselves before we begin to move, just to remind ourselves to be mindful, to move with awareness, stay connected to our breath, and to respect what our bodies can do for us without judgment and with compassion. So checking in with your breath and just notice, does your breath feel shallow today? Does it feel like it's flowing easily, deeply? As you breathe, where do you notice you feel this breath? And then just see if you can begin to deepen your breath here. And as we breathe in, begin to become aware of these core muscles that I just talked about. And see if you can expand as much as you can into this core, as if you're blowing into a balloon and expanding as you breathe in. And if you need to breathe out through your mouth, you can sigh that breath out, but begin to draw these core muscles in towards the center line of your body. And just at your own pace here, several more breaths, just softening and expanding, getting bigger, creating space, and then connecting to your core as you exhale. And if you can, begin to breathe out through your nose. And this helps to connect us to our core even more. And continue at your own pace for the next just 30 seconds or so. Giving yourself permission to be fully present and to meet yourself where you are in this moment. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then allow this breath to move you just into some Easy movements through the joints and the upper body. So maybe just start to roll your shoulders a little bit. Nice, easy, smooth movement here. So you don't have to do this the way I'm doing it. Just begin to move through the joints of your elbows and your shoulders and your wrists. Maybe noticing how high you can reach above you and how low can you bring your hands down below you. And in Ageless Grace, we call this juicy joints. We want to just begin to wake up the joints of the body here. Our muscles connect to joints or cross over joints, connecting to tendons and to bone. And so we want to warm up these joints before we begin to work and strengthen these muscles. Maybe begin to focus on your wrists here and just take some time to circle the wrists around. You can circle them in front of you. You can circle them out beside you. If you want to work with just one arm, work with one arm and just notice how maybe that challenges your core a little bit more. And if you're wanting to move to the other side, you can experience the other side. And again, maybe just let these wrists circle above you. The elbows can be bent, they can be in front of you. So just extending to your height, your plane. Good. And then maybe see if you can lean forward a little bit and circle the wrists behind you. It's going to activate those triceps, kind of wake them up in a sneaky little way. Good. And then maybe bend your elbows and wiggle your fingers. And this is going to wake up those biceps as well as the muscles of your forearms. Good. And then just give yourself a big hug. Just wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a big squeeze. Squeeze of gratitude for bringing yourself to class today, doing something good and healthy for your body and your mind. Then a big sigh out. Let that go and just shake everything out. Just start to shake out your hands, your arms, your shoulders. And just shaking in your own way. So I'm just kind of letting everything just kind of move around, shaking out any tension I notice. And of course, being careful. So if you're shaking too hard, you might feel some tension. So let it be light. Maybe just shaking one side of the body. And just moving to different areas of the body that just need to wake up. And also, this is a sneaky way to wake up your heart. You might notice your heart rate rising just a little bit. Shaking is also a great way to release stress, tension. And now maybe just shake out the fingers like you're flicking your hands dry. Good. And then just take another deep breath and maybe let your palms reach up. Let your palms lead here and your elbows can be bent, just reaching to as high as you like. And then lead with those palms, bringing the palms down as you exhale. And we'll do that again. Just let the palms rise up, almost as if you have helium balloons connected to your hands. And this time, maybe lean back a little bit. And as you lean, you might start to notice the front of your body wake up. And then bring those palms down and maybe lean forward a little bit, just leaning as far forward as you can. And that wakes up those back core muscles. So let's try that a few more times. Just let the palms lift. You're just leaning back as far as you like. And then again, take yourself forward, and this is going to activate the core as well. Good. Now come back to center. Just let your hands and arms rest by your side and just take a lean to one side. Notice how that wakes up the other side of the body. And then take a lean to the other side. And a few more times, remembering what I said about the core muscles being connected to our pelvis and our rib cage. So this is giving them a little stretch. And it's also challenging them to strengthen to bring you back up to center. We'll do that one more time, each side. And come back to center. And now we're going to do a little bit of rowing here. And you can begin kind of slowly. If you're ready to get moving, you can start to speed it up. If you want to activate the core, you're going to lean your body forward and back. Or you can just stay seated, working more of the biceps and the triceps. So you decide what you need out of this workout today, what you would like to focus on. And let's go the opposite direction. It's like you're holding on to that oar in front of you. You've got two oars to either side of you. And now we're going to take it back. And just moving at a nice steady pace. You might be slower than me. You might be faster than me. It doesn't matter. Moving in your way. And then don't forget about that breath. We started off with the breath so that we don't forget about it. Good. All right. So make sure you've gone both ways. And then we're going to stop here and just start to reach over and pull. And we'll just work one side. Reach, give it a squeeze. Reach and pull. Now your reach is your reach. Maybe it's more in front of you. Maybe you keep that elbow bent. The more you pull the elbow down, the more you're getting a bit of a crunch in those obliques. All right, we're going to switch sides using our timer today. 1 minute per exercise with 30 seconds of rest. You might start to feel a little heat. Good, it's time to rest. So just take a moment here. This is our first rest, and that was just our warm-up. So just check in with yourself. Make sure that you can breathe easily. All right, got 10 more seconds. If there's anything that needs to move, let it go, let it stretch. And then give yourself a hug. We're going to spiral the rib cage or the shoulders around the base. So it's almost as if you're inside, like those hula hoops. This is like a small hula hoop, and we're just trying to trace the inner edges of that hula hoop with our shoulders or with our ribs. And this activates all those deeper core muscles that we can access with this movement. All right, change the crossing of your arms. We'll go the other way. And again, it can be small, it can be bigger. It can be fun. You can smile. I believe exercise should be fun, or what's the point? All right, so we're going to let that go, shake it out. And we've got our jumping jack arms. We're going to do a little jump here and then squeeze the forearms together. So up and down and squeeze. So you're going to feel those back muscles working. Now check it out. If you want to just do one side, that gets kind of interesting here. So you can always try one side and then the other side. And you want to feel that squeeze of the shoulder coming forward, the elbow coming forward. And if you're with me doing one side, you're going to want to switch now. Oh, that elbow was a little low, maybe. So you want to keep the elbow in line with the shoulder. There we go. Taking the arm up. Let's do one more here. All right, so now let's bring the elbows in front of us like a genie. And we've got a twist and a little crunch to the side. Twist to the other side and a little lean. Now we have options here with our arms. If this isn't working for you, you can have your arms out and bring the elbow down. I think this is what we did last time. And just take your time. This takes a bit of coordination as well. It doesn't have to be fast. Okay, and you've got options. So if your shoulders are getting tired, then give them some support. You can come back to this position. All right, we've got two more. Okay, now we're going to bring our arms in front of us and do a crisscross and pull. Crisscross, pull the elbows back. Crisscross and pull. If you lean back, you're going to activate the core a little bit more. Crisscross, pull. So we're getting our upper body, we're getting our core, and anytime we're operating the arms, we are connecting to our core. We just don't always realize it. Whew, I'm feeling this. I don't know about y'all. All right, last one. Pull. All right, one more. No, actually two more, sorry. So we've got a little core crunch now. So think of these ribs right here. We just want to do a little drop and lift. Little drop and lift. Drop and lift. So we're not trying to round through the back. We're just trying to bring the ribs closer to the top of the pelvis. So if we were lying on our back, it would look like a crunch. If you want to take your hands to your head, you can also do it this way. You just want to make sure you're not pulling on your head. And you can always alternate. You can have your hands on your lap comfortably or your hands at your head. We'll do two more. Last one. Good. So now we're going to have elbow crossover. Let's just do one side. Going to bring it over and down. So here's where we're working those rectus abdominis muscles as well as our obliques. Our psoas, which is our deeper core muscle. Good. All right, let's go to the other side. And again, your speed, moving in your body's way. I'm supporting myself a little bit with my right hand as I come forward. Good. Three more. Last one. And rest. All right, we went a little bit over. This rest is going to be just a tad bit shorter. But take advantage of it, breathing deeply. Check in with yourself. Are you pushing too hard? Is it just right? All right, so give yourself a big hug. And then we're going to spiral around the inside of our hula hoop. You want to pull the tummy in. Make sure you're breathing. You are doing this so well. All right, get ready. We're going to change directions. Let the arms drop and then change sides and go the other way. Sometimes it takes me a minute to remember which way I was just going. Imagine getting taller as you spiral, that connection all the way up to the clouds, keeping our head light. Good. All right, so let that go. And we've got our jacks and our pull and squeeze, squeeze. And if you pull those elbows slightly down and back, you're going to feel and activate the muscles around the shoulder blades, the back of the shoulders, postural muscles. Good. Whew. You can always slow it down. You can speed it up. We've got 7 more seconds. Y'all are doing great. All right, let that go. Take a breath, reset. Okay, so here's our twist. We're going to twist and then little crunch to the side. Twist, elbow towards the hip. Twist. You want to do this with control. And sometimes slower is even more beneficial because more of those muscles have to wake up and do their job. All right, we've got 20 more seconds. If your arms get tired, remember you can cross them in front of you. Y'all are doing so good. One more. All right, here's our crisscross and pull. You can lean back and forward. I'm giving my hands a little squeeze. Good. Got less than 30 seconds, y'all. Over halfway there. You're doing great. Good. We got 10 more seconds. 3 more seconds. All right, we'll pause here. The arms and shoulders get a little break. We're going to drop the ribs down towards the pelvis. Now again, unless your arms and shoulders are real tired, you can bring the hands to the head. And if you use your breath, exhaling as you drop the ribs, you're going to activate those muscles even more. You can also cross your arms in front of you. Give the shoulders a little break, right? So all kinds of options here. Meet yourself where you are. without judgment. We're all in this together. All right, here we go. Elbows again. We're going to cross over one side. Now, if it helps you, you can have your fingertips to your shoulder, if that feels better. And we want the core to be bringing that elbow forward. So as we start to speed up, you want to make sure we're not using momentum, but that we're still activating the core muscles. All right, other side. Doing good, doing good. Make sure you're breathing. Two more. And rest. All right, take a moment here, reset. Check in with your breath. Are you pushing too hard? Pushing just right? It's okay to back off anytime you need to. All right, here we go. Time for more hugs and spirals. Again, our head is like a balloon floating up towards the clouds. We're tracing the inside of a hula hoop. They can be little circles, little spirals. They can be slow, they can be quick. And let's go the other way. So let's cross the opposite way and go the other way. Your hula hoop might get bigger, it might get smaller as you go. That's okay. You are doing great. All right. Let that go. Bring the elbows out. You can always be here if you want to. But we're going to do a little jack and pull. Oh, I got the wrong one here. We got the jumping jacks. Let's do a twist here. Sorry, y'all. Getting all my exercises all jumbled up. Each one is a little similar, but they also activate different areas of the body. And when we put them all together, we get a nice, well-rounded workout. All right, last two twists. And now we're going to bring it up and pull in. Up and in. If you want to add a squeeze, you can squeeze. Good. Three more. Last one. Okay, so now give those shoulders a moment. And let's bring, instead of here, see if we can change this up a little bit. Do a little twist and bend. Twist and bend. Twist and bend. Now, if this feels not quite right for you in your body today, you can be here. Right? You can be here as well. So we have options. And I'm just showing you what your options can be. You do what feels right for you. All right, two more. All right, let that go. Shake out the shoulders if you need to. We're going to do a little crisscross and pull. Now notice the hand directions, or the palm directions rather, they're facing down. So let's bring the palms to face up and pull. And just see if we can wake up some different muscles this time. This changes the position of the arms. And remember, if you lean forward and lean back, you're going to activate more of those core muscles. Good. 2 more. Last one. All right, so here we are to our rib crunches. We're going to drop it down. Connect to your breath as you do this. You can have your hands at the back of your head, or you can have your hands resting on your lap. You can have your arms crossed in front of you. So these are all options. You do what feels right to you. Using the breath. Y'all are doing great. We got 10 more seconds. 3 more seconds. The end. All right, we've got an elbow crossover. Your speed, your tempo. Last one. Let's go to the other side. Give yourself a moment to switch and begin. We get a good rest after this. Got 10 more seconds. You are doing great. And it's time to rest. Check in. Signs of tension would be around the eyes or the jaw, maybe the hands. Let yourself breathe. If you need to sort of move and stretch a little bit, we've got just 3 more seconds. All right, give yourself a hug, and we're going to spiral around. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're really staying connected to what you're doing. Moving with awareness, staying mindful. We'll go the other way. Sometimes when we exercise, yes, thank you, Liz. Change the crossing of your arm. But sometimes when we're doing kind of, repetitive exercise, especially once we kind of feel like we got the hang of it, we might check out and think about, what's for dinner or what's going to happen next, or just kind of get distracted. So just notice if that happens to you and be like, oh yeah, I'm doing something here. All right, let that go. Now we're going to do a little lateral jack and squeeze. And I'm going to add a hand squeeze and release. Like I'm pulling downward on a pulley. And if you pull the elbows slightly down and back, you're going to activate those shoulders, shoulder blades a little bit more from behind. You don't always have to do both sides. This totally works. And again, that's going to activate your core in a brand new way. Yeah. as well as coordination to do something that we didn't do before. Good, good, good. All right, last one. Okay, a little twist here and a little crunch. Twist and crunch. So you do the arms that work for you. If you want to just do one side, which we haven't done yet in these sequences, you can work with one side. Maybe do 8 on one side and 8 on the other side. It's good to adapt and change. Good for the brain. If you're just doing one side with me, go ahead and switch to the other side. Two more. All right, crisscross pull. So we're going to crisscross in front and pull. Crisscross, pull. Lean back to activate that core more on the crisscross. Crisscross, pull. Good. For the last several, let's turn the palms up. Good, good, good. Y'all are doing great. Nice steady pace. We've got 3 more. Stay connected to your breath. All right, so we've got some core crunches here, rib crunches. Again, picking the arms that work for you. Finding for me with my arms in front, I'm feeling it a little bit more. But you might discover it's different for you. You want to make sure we're not pulling the head forward, so keep everything calm. Let your breath guide you. Last one. All right, we're going to do some wood choppers here this time, just as an alternative to our elbow crossover. If you enjoy that instead, you can always choose that instead. But this is a very similar exercise, but different. Good, 2 more. Let's go to the other side. Give yourself that moment to just transition. Make sure you're breathing. Don't want to hold the breath. 2 more. And rest. All right. Good job, everybody. So while we're resting, this next phase of the workout before we end is going to be upper body focused. If you'd like to use some weights or something heavy, you can go ahead and get yourself ready. And again, like I said, not necessary to use these at all. So we're going to begin with biceps. You want to sit nice and comfortably with your chest lifted and just begin to bring the hands up and in towards your shoulders. There's a bit of a spiral that happens. So you can always bring the hands, the palms to face in, and then the palms up. Palms in, palms up, just a little alternate route. All right, just 3 more. Okay, so now we've got our triceps. Now again, you can work one side at a time. I'm leaning forward and I'm just kicking that hand behind me. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my position here. My elbow stays back. Okay. Now you can do one side at a time. If this is a challenge, this counterbalance here can be challenging, then maybe you want to take it above you. So you can work your triceps here. You can do one at a time, but please, if you're holding onto a weight, make sure you have a good, safe grip here. You can always do 2 at a time if that's right for you. We're going to do 3 more. Last one. Okay, so one arm at a time here. I'm going to do some lifts to the front for these anterior deltoids. You can give that elbow a little bend. You can give the hand a little squeeze as it rises. Three more. All right, other side. These can be very challenging with or without weights, so really listen to your body. Do what feels right. You should never feel pain. Don't ever want to work through pain. Good. 3 more. All right. So now, again, we can work both arms or one arm. And these are going to be deltoid raises out to the side, and this is going to get more of the top of the shoulder. My elbows are bent. Again, if you want to do one side, go ahead and count it out. So if you're trying to even out one and the other side, you get the same on both sides. Think of the squeeze as you bring that arm in. We have muscles in the inner arm that also benefit from this. If you're doing one side, you might want to switch now. Little squeeze. Good, good, good. 3 more. Last one. And we're going to come back to biceps. So if you want to add in that little twist, you're going to have your palms facing in and then palms face up. So they face in as they come down and up as they come up. But you do what works right for you, and you can always do one side. Again, checking in. You don't want to feel pain. You can always rest at any time. Rest and reset. And begin again when you're ready. All right. We're going to move now to triceps. You can do one at a time or both at the same time. You can do it above you or behind you. Triceps tend to be underworked compared to the biceps. So we want to make sure we pay special attention to them for the health of our shoulder. Good. We'll do 3 more. Okay, so front raises here. Y'all are doing great, hanging in there. That elbow can stay slightly bent. All right, let's move to the other side. So as we're working with just one side, the body's working to stabilize, hold us upright, working those core stabilizers for us. All right, let's give that arm a rest. Elbows bent. We're going to work one arm at a time, taking it out to the side. You just want to try not to let the shoulder lift. So feel as the elbow rises, the shoulder presses down. Good, good, good. And we'll move to the other side. Coming down on the home stretch. 3 more. All right, let that go. If you're holding on to something, you can let that go. And if you're squeezing, just let those hands and fingers relax. Give them a little circle, shake them out, open and squeeze. And then circle the wrists. And you can stretch here as you circle the wrists above you. And circle the wrists down beside you. And then just hold on to the seat behind you. You can hold on to the back of it or the side of it, just so you can lift your heart up. Take a deep breath in. And then let your hands rest at the top of your legs and just drop the chin down towards your heart. And then again, just lift your heart and your nose up towards the sky. Nice and light, like a helium balloon attached to the head. And then exhale, dropping the chin down. And we don't want to crunch here. We just want to release any tension. And once more, inhale. And exhale. Good. And just come to center and Let those shoulders go. Kind of circle the shoulders around. You can do both shoulders at once or one shoulder at a time. Just going both ways. And then let the head just gently rock around, breathing into the neck. Being very gentle here with these muscles of the neck. They can be tight, challenged. They do a lot of secret work for us. Good. And once you feel like you're done, come back to the shoulders and let the shoulders move and roll again. And then let your palms lift up into the air. Again, those helium balloons, nice and light as you lift up. And exhale, you can take the hands behind you and just lean forward here. Maybe give those fingers a little wiggle. We'll do that one more time. Just let the palms lift up. Elbows can stay bent or they can begin to straighten. And again, take it back. You can lean forward or not, your choice. And wiggle the fingers. Open and squeeze the hands. And then just come back to center here and maybe turn to look over one shoulder, a little twist here. And breathe. And move in the other direction. Just looking over that shoulder, a little twist. And breathe. And come back to center. And let's just lean over to one side. Maybe take an arm over the head if you like, or your hand can be resting here on your shoulder. And come on up and move to the other side again. Just going to show you different alternate ways. So you can have your hand on your shoulder and lean. You can also hold on here to support. So you just find what works to get into those ribs and waist. And come on up. And let's just take one more breath here, nice and light. Breathing in. And take those palms down and back, breathing out. And then come to center here. And maybe just allow your fingertips and thumb tips to touch. Fold your hands, whatever feels comfortable to you. And we're going to take the next just 2 minutes just to simply breathe. Your eyes can be open or closed. And ending our practice the way we began, with checking in, with awareness, without judgment, with compassion and gratitude. Allowing your breath to fill the space within and without. If your breath becomes shallow, if your mind becomes distracted, bring that image of a balloon into your mind and begin to expand as you blow into that balloon, expanding into your belly, your ribs. And then squeezing the air out of those balloons. Allowing your body to simply be still. allowing your thoughts to come and go. And if you like, I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart and acknowledge what fills your heart with gratitude in this moment. With a deep breath in, invite this gratitude to fill your body, your heart, your mind, and your spirit. With a deep breath out, invite this gratitude to lead you back into your day with peace, joy, and strength. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.